or hearing on the petition of PISAM to ERC regarding these universal charges on stranded costs and stranded debt be suspended while the negotiations are being done. So that is the motion. As I have mentioned, it would probably be better to look at Congressman Mandana's as a separate motion, so that we will not confuse the two. So that motion is, may we now vote on that motion?
Madam Chair, just one clarification.
Yes, Congressman Ibargone.
May we be clarified what IPPs will be renegotiated? Can you identify how many?
So,
Are there how many IPPs that will be renegotiated?
It's not kasali, but he doesn't have
If it involves all IPPs, how many are the IPPs at present?
So how many IPPs are involved?
Madam Chair, we have 19 active IPPs. 5 of these are now with the IPPs. So 11 in Luzon, 3 in Visayas, and 5 in
So the review, Madam Chair, will only cover the IPP contracts. It will not cover the IPPAs.
No,
Because there are IPPAs also, Madam Chair. The Independent Power Producers Administration, I think. Meaning, there's an IPP which is being administered by NAPOCOR, but the administration was privatized by NAPOCOR to another entity. So, which is which, Madam Chair? We are only focusing, urging the PISAM and DOA to review the IPPs, not the IPPs.
The IPP contract.
Because there are also some questions about IPPAs, Madam Chair. For instance, this morning I read in the paper that Malaya Thermal Plant was privatized, the operation, I think, of Malaya. But there was only one company that submitted a bid. And despite of that, PISAM awarded to one company, which I think is not allowed under the procurement law. So, if the Honorable Golez would agree, I would also propose that we include a review and renegotiation of the IPPAs, because we believe that in some instances, IPPAs have also contributed to the increase in electricity rates, Madam Chair.
Yes, Vice President Alsona.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The contracts that will be subject to renegotiation will be the IPP contracts. The 19 contracts I mentioned are all IPP contracts only. The IPPA are different. Although these are back-to-back with IPP, but this will be different. With regard to the Malaya, it is not an IPPA. It was sold as a disposal, and it is an OMSC contract. It's not an IPP contract.
But still, there was only one bidder.
It's not
Anyway,
sold.
it's a different issue.
If I may, let us stick to Congressman Golez's resolution, but I think we also need to look at the IPPAs and what, and I think we need to be fully informed about the privatization or the bidding processes involved in the disposition of these IPPAs. So again, with due respect to Congressman Bartone, if we just skip the resolution in the meantime of Congressman Golez voting it, but that doesn't mean that we will not look into IPPAs as well. In fact, we should be able, in subsequent hearings, look at IPPAs as well.
Madam Chair, Madam Chair.
Yes,
Relative to the resolution, well, the manifestation of every party is the same with the manifestation of Congressman Cabaluna. However, on the resolution, on the negotiation, could we identify who will be the composition of this the panel of renegotiation? Because electric cooperatives are the collectors of these universal charges, and we have not been a party on the negotiation. So may I propose that the Honorable Congressman Golez, if we can include in the resolution the composition of a team to renegotiate these IPP contracts.
Madam Chair, if I may respond.
yes.
Madam Chair, normally if there's a negotiating panel, this is going to be given full powers by the President, and it will be the department concerned, the PISAM, and I think the Department of Finance is going to be there also, and maybe from the Office of the President.
Madam Chair, if I may, at this point, maybe we should just stick to the issues at hand, which was first by Congressman Mandanas to suspend, Golez to renegotiate the IPPs, and Congressman Mandanas was asking for a suspension of the universal charges. So if we stick to that, and then we can go on to the other issues that are being questioned. So maybe we can continue, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Congressman Payoyo, your comments, and as well as Congressman Cabaluna, your comments will be duly noted when during the proper time that this particular resolution will find its fruition or its implementation. So now, if there are no, it has been moved and it has been seconded. So we maybe now instruct, unless there are any violent objections.
Madam Chair, if there are no objections, then we can consider it approved.
Yes, so we will now maybe now ask and task our committee secretariat to be able to draft that particular resolution.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Thank you very much, dear colleagues. Thank you to the DOE and the PISAM. That is
Please.
PISAM 40, Madam Chair.
Yeah. And hopefully this PISAM will really be inspired. Will be a source of inspiration and a source of wisdom, like the Psalms in the Bible.
Madam Chair, we now go to the next resolution.
Let me just clarify, once this resolution is passed, we will also have to take it up with the Joint Congressional Power Commission, and hopefully they will join us in this particular endeavor. So the second resolution is is about the universal charge.
Specifically related to stranded debts and stranded contract cost. I mean, this is to clarify it, Madam Chair, considering the clarifications made earlier. Only the universal charge